next on UCF Sports Night, we visit the UCF Cheerleaders and get a glimpse at what makes a national champion. We show you how soccer's rising star Yavon came to UCF, and it's our first Sports Night highlight of the year. All that and more now on UCF Sports Night.
UCF Sports Night is brought to you by UCF TV. Today's show is also presented in part by Bright House Networks. See how bright life can be. By Holler Classic, the official automotive group of the UCF Knights. And by Coca-Cola. Welcome to the Coke side of life.
Hello and welcome to UCF Sports Night. I'm Jeff Sharon. Thank you so much for joining us. We've got a huge show for you today, including a look at some of the hardest working athletes on campus. You'll find out who in a moment. But first, let's get to the highlights of the week, and we kick things off with men's soccer, taking on in-state opponent North Florida before a home crowd at the UCF Soccer Complex. The Knights came in winners of 3 of their last 4 games, and things continued on Wednesday against the Ospreys. 25th minute, Ryan Rauschendahl unleashes a laser from 31 yards away into the back of the net. That makes it 1-0 UCF. Then off a red card on the UNF keeper, Rauschendahl again on a penalty kick. He blasts this one home to make it 2-0 UCF. Final score 3-1. The Knights get the victory. The guy they call Rosh spoke after the game.
I mean, the ball's already up there. I just kind of found myself in, just kind of cheating up there. And I mean, I knew the wind was going to be, against me, but also with the wind against me, the ball's going to move all over the place. So I figured I'd put a good shot on it, then, lace it, and, there's no telling where it's going to go.
Meanwhile, the women's soccer team was on the road for conference play this week. The trip got off to a bit of a rough start in Birmingham as UAB picked up a 4-1 victory. Ashley Martirana had UCF's lone goal in that game. But the Knights rebounded nicely in Memphis as Sarah De Leon scored the game winner in extra time, leading the Knights to a 2-1 victory over the Lady Tigers and their first conference W. The Knights are now 6-3-1 on the season. The volleyball team also was on the road this week for a pair of conference matches. They came up short against SMU on Friday night, 3-2. But they knocked off Tulsa on Sunday. The Knights pick up the sweep and their second conference win in 2008. Janine Williams had 15 kills in the match. UCF is now 10-6 and 2-1 in Conference USA play. A little fall softball action on campus this week as the Knights took on Seminole Community College in a doubleheader on Friday evening. UCF picked up a pair of victories. 5-0 was the final score in Game 1, and the Knights prevailed 9-1 in just 5 innings in Game number 2. UCF finished the fall season with 5 wins and 1 tie, outscoring their opponents by a combined score of 37-5. Some other results from out of town: the cross-country team with a nice showing at the FSU Invitational in Tallahassee, coming in 3rd place overall. All 6 of UCF's runners recorded personal bests. The Knights are currently ranked 15th in the most recent USTFCC South Region poll. Men's tennis was in Tampa for the USF Invitational. Sophomore Claudio Romano went 3-0 on the weekend in singles flight number 2, including a victory over the 91st ranked player in the nation on the tournament's final day. The women's golf team got its season underway in Tennessee at the Mason Rudolph Classic. UCF placed 17th overall in a very strong field. Freshman Marika Lendl was the top Knight. She came in at 8 over par for the weekend, and that included a round of 2 under on Saturday. And in football news, congrats to UCF defensive back Joe Burnett. He picked up his 13th career interception at UTEP on Saturday, tying him with Keith Evans for the all-time school record. Unfortunately, the Knights fell to the Miners in the conference opener. And for more news, scores, and results from UCF, be sure to visit UCFathletics.com. Stick around, plenty more to come here on UCF Sports Night. They are not your high school's cheerleaders. There's a lot of work that goes into building a national championship level spirit program, and we'll show you some of it when Sports Night returns. Fans, there's still time to take advantage of the Conference USA Ticket Pack presented by Coke Zero. You can get tickets to all 4 home conference games, plus a UCF t-shirt and a seat cushion, all for just $99. For more information, you can visit UCFathletics.com. Welcome back to UCF Sports Night. They have more national championship banners than any other team on campus. And oh, by the way, they also hold their share of the weightlifting records. UCF Cheerleading has become a national powerhouse under head coach Linda Gooch, and we got an inside look at some of the preparation they go through during the week in the weight room and in practice. Here's a look.
Being a UCF cheerleader is definitely a lot of work, but it's really rewarding because we're not only a part of just our sport, we're a part of like almost every other sport.
It's generally just a lot of hard work, but it's fun, you know, and you know that getting into it that it's going to be a lot of hard work.
Time devotion to cheerleading is a big one. We have to do a lot for cheering. It's a lot of time, a lot of dedication, but it's always worth it in the end.
It's very demanding on your body, and if you don't take care of yourself, then your 4 years of cheerleading in college is going to be very tough.
In the course of 1 week, I believe we have 4 practices. We practice on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. We also have workouts that we go to on Monday and Wednesday mornings, and Saturdays are usually for game days.
We will have basketball, football, performances, workouts, practice, 2 to 3 hours Monday and then Friday, plus the 3 hours on Thursday and Tuesday when we're in the gym and things like that, so it adds up.
In the weight room, we specifically work on power. We don't have to, run so fast, but we still have to be fast with, tossing girls up and stuff like that and being able to, catch them when we need to. And it's just very explosive, so we do a lot of Olympic powerlifting.
We do squats, we bench, power cleans, you name it, we do it. We use all of the equipment. We also hold the weights and do a lot of strength conditioning with lunges and body weight squats, push-ups, all the body weight exercises as well.
I never really lifted weights. I lifted weights the summer before, trying to prepare and get used to it and stuff, but I feel good about it.
You can go to the rec center and be like, hey, I can lift as much as some of the guys here. It's pretty, it gives you confidence knowing that you're strong and you can take care of yourself and lift all that weight.
5, 6, 7, 8.
In a regular practice session, we work on a lot of game drills.
We're just working on partner stunts a lot, coming up with pyramids, maybe for nationals later.
Right now, we're actually going through taping to make the tape to send in for nationals to get a bid.
Winning nationals was definitely one of the best experiences I've ever had because, you work so hard. You work for 3 straight months just in our routine. We're constantly with each other, perfecting it, all this stuff. We come together as a family. I think that year especially, we were really, really close.
To win the title again, it's just going to take a lot of hard work. We have the talent this year, and our new freshmen. We have a lot of new freshmen, but I really think that they're dedicated and they're willing to work hard, and I really think that's what it takes to win a national championship, and I think we have that.
1, 2, 3. UCF!
Pretty remarkable what they do over there at the UCF Spirit Squad, and joining me now is the head coach, Miss Linda Gooch. Coach, thanks for joining us here on Sports Night.
Thanks for including us.
I always wanted to ask you, what do you look for in a potential recruit or somebody who's trying out for the team?
Well, certainly the first thing that we have to look for has to do with the academic part, SAT and ACT scores. And after we know that someone could qualify to be admitted to UCF, we certainly go to their high school coaches first. For me, one of the things that I've felt is so important is the character issue. We want someone that is not only passionate about cheerleading, but knows how to conduct themselves in a manner that'll make them good ambassadors for our university.
Tell me the story of when you first decided to have UCF compete on a national level.
Well, actually, back in the covered wagon days of UCF, when I was a cheerleader here, we tried to qualify for the national championships and were unsuccessful on several different attempts. And so when I started coaching in 1984, this is the 25th year of my coaching tenure here at UCF, we continued working to try and qualify, and spent 10 years sending in entry tapes without very much success. And then finally in 1994, we qualified at the Division I AA level for the first time. Very exciting.
Tell me about when you decided to, well, also when you go back and we saw the preparation that these athletes go through. Tell me how you came up with that practice and workout regimen that they do.
Well, interesting that you ask that. You know, cheerleading has gone through a bit of a metamorphosis in the last 20 years, starting out in the early days as rah-rah and pom-poms and not much overall athleticism or acrobats. And now, of course, that's very, very different. They're more alternative gymnasts than anything. And so that has lent itself to having schools like UCF be able to be on the cutting edge of developing what is the norm for a cheerleading warm-up and cheerleading practice. And I would say that we've combined two things. My husband was a football coach here at UCF for more than 20 years. And of course, some of his coaching philosophies and things of that nature would be things that we would discuss. And so we do have a very athletic approach and sports-minded approach. And in addition, I was always a gymnast coming up and through high school, was not a cheerleader. And I think that you see a lot of that gymnastics emphasis when you watch our warm-ups and you watch some of the things that we do in preparation for practices.
And you guys do take care of a lot, and it's pretty amazing to watch. I know it was when I was there to see practice. Thank you so much for your time, Coach Linda Gooch. Good to see you again. Stick around. Coming up next here on UCF Sports Night, we've got a look at Yavon George of the women's soccer team and her interesting path to UCF. Plus, our Sports Night highlight is on the way. Stick around. Fans, there's still time to take advantage of the Conference USA Ticket Pack presented by Coke Zero. You can get tickets to all 4 home conference games, plus a UCF t-shirt and a seat cushion, all for just $99. For more information, you can visit UCFathletics.com. Welcome back to UCF Sports Night. Every athlete has their reasons for coming to UCF. For some, it's the beautiful campus. For others, it's the academic challenge. But for Yavon George, it was a family tie that brought her to the East Orlando campus. And so far, that's been paying big dividends both for her and the UCF women's soccer team. With a look at Yavon George, here is our Sports Night Spotlight.
Well, her older sister was here. Yvonne had family history, so we thought we would take a look at Stacy's younger sister, Yvonne, that was doing well at Winter Springs High School. And
my sister had a big influence on me. She played a lot before I got here, and she always told me, she's like, it's going to be a wake-up call.
I was roommates with her sister actually as well, and so it's just been really neat to see as much alike as they are how different she is and the quality she has.
I think she knows she wants to see how good she can be, and she has tons of potential, and so every player's going to have something that's not a strength, but she's made sure her weakness is something that you don't even really see anymore.
Freshman year I didn't play a lot, and it got me faster, stronger, more aware of the game, playing quicker, and I just learned a lot from the older girls on the team.
She's so hardworking, and she just does whatever she has to be on the field. She's just one of those players that you want out there because she doesn't like to lose, and she'll do whatever she has to make sure that she gets the result. So.
Being known for being on the soccer team and having a good reputation as a team and having great coaches and girls always on your side, know that I'll never be left in the dust.
Yvonne is very athletic. If you look at her on the field, you can tell she's tall, she's lanky, she's lean, and she's fast, and has all the abilities of an athlete that you'd want on the field for you, whether it's soccer or any other sport. You can.
Off the field, she's so fun. She always makes me laugh. Yvonne she has such a great personality, and she's just somebody I can trust, somebody I can confide in. And
she's been huge. Whether it's setting up people for goals, getting in herself, scoring against Florida. It was a huge goal. And that's not easy. She made it look very easy, to her credit.
Her work ethic helps lead the team because Yvonne never wants to be the last one in sprints. She never wants to be the one sitting on the bench.
This team can accomplish a lot. I think that we could be a Final Four team, be in the national championship. we have a lot of heart, and Colby always says we're a very special team. We're really resilient.
Obviously, seeing her work ethic has always been so inspiring, but also just like encouraging me and constantly just helping me to get better.
We have one goal, and that's the national championship. So.
1, 2, 3, UCF!
And for more on Yavon and her teammates with the women's soccer team, visit UCFathletics.com, click on sports, and you can get to the women's soccer team page from there. Stick around, plenty more to come here on UCF Sports Night, including a look at our plays of the month in our Sports Night highlight when we come back. Stick around.
Fans, here's a look at upcoming night's action this week. Brought to you by UCFathletics.com, the official site for UCF varsity sports. UCF Sports Night returns in a moment.
This is my UCF.
Welcome back to UCF Sports Night. Time now for us to debut a new feature on our program with a little help from our friends at Access Magazine and Real Rock 1011. We've got some local bands providing us the soundtrack to the plays of the month. This month, the band is Sugar Free Music with their song Brand New Day. Here now debuting for the first time, our Sports Night highlight.
Sports Night highlight.
Hope will never fade, getting lost in a better day. I think of you sometimes, oh, when I long for the better days that are too far gone. Take me home, save me from alone. Let the light of those better days be shown. Down on the smiles and the frowns, let them all come back around. Days are gone, and it's
doesn't get you pumped up for the week ahead, I don't know what does. So the week begins with men's soccer on the road at Charlotte. They are in action Tuesday at 7 p.m. against the 49ers. They then head to Marshall for a Conference USA matchup. Both the volleyball and women's soccer teams are in action on campus this weekend at their respective homes against the same opponents, by the way. They both take on Marshall at 7 p.m. on Friday night, followed by East Carolina on Sunday at 1 in the afternoon. So there's no excuse to miss any of it. Men's tennis is on the road. They're in Tulsa, Oklahoma for the De Novo All-American Championship Friday through Sunday. Women's golf also is on the road from Friday through Sunday. They're in Chapel Hill, North Carolina for the Lady Tar Heel Invitational. Football is in action for their home conference opener against the SMU Mustangs. Kickoff is at 3:30 p.m. at Bright House Network Stadium on Saturday. You can listen to the game on AM 740 WQTM, and if you can't make it to the stadium, the game is also televised on CBS College Sports. Sunday at noon, check out UCF Sports Today with Coach George O'Leary as Pat Clark and the coach take a look back at the matchup with the Mustangs. You can also catch the show on Sun Sports Tuesdays at 4:30 p.m. Also, check out the George O'Leary Call-In Show, live on Monday at 7 p.m. from Buffalo Wild Wings in Waterford Lakes, hosted by the voice of the Knights, Mark Daniels, on AM 540 WFLA.
And as always, for all the latest news and scores from all UCF sports, check us out on the web at UCFathletics.com, your home for UCF varsity sports 24/7. You can also check out our show online anytime you want. Just visit www.ucf.tv. Thank you so much for joining us here on UCF Sports Night. For all of us here at UCF Athletics, I'm Jeff Sharon saying so long and go Knights.
Today, you heard tracks from the best of area music. UCFathletics.com, Access Magazine, and Real Rock 1011 are proud to help spread the sounds of local bands. UCF Sports Night has been brought to you by UCF TV. Today's show is also presented in part by Budweiser, the perfect balance of flavor and refreshment. Open up a world of taste. By the energy-saving conservation programs of Tico Peoples Gas. And by Centex Homes, proud to support UCF Athletics.